Hey everybody, this is Justin Underwood, Jose, and we are live at OAX. This is Original Art Expo. It's the first inaugural Original Art Expo in Orlando, and we are going to be chatting with some artists here who's going to be talking about their original art. But we're a Marvel card channel. We are Marvel card fans. So we're going to talk about Marvel card original art. So I'm very excited to do that. But I'm going to let Jose introduce our artists.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you everyone for joining the stream. Just so you have an idea of what this exposition is about, like there's over 60 professional comic artists that are here exhibiting, and there are some amazing art galleries that are set up in the convention center to look at just, all kinds of artwork, like a full series like Wolverine, Frazetta's first appearance ever of anything. Just like a Hildenbrand's, the giant ones using Lord of the Rings posters in the 70s, just like an amazing array of art. And right next to those, as its own category of gallery, is this trading card art. And so we're so privileged and lucky to have these artists join us to speak to their pieces that are exhibited here. We've had hundreds of people come to the gallery. They have been in awe to see these in person. And the common thing that we hear is, wow, like the card that I love and collect, it does not do the artwork justice. The piece in person is so much more beautiful. And so part of this is kind of open the eyes to the community that, for these artists that we're going to introduce, or you already know them, like, seek out their artwork, seek out their projects, because it's beautiful, right? And we're lucky and we thank them for
Yeah, so if we could just start at the top left corner, and we'll go around. We're going to get Miss Meghan back. And if you could introduce yourself, that'd be great. Roberto, you go first.
Roberto, you want to introduce yourself?
You're muted, Roberto. Unmute yourself. Yep. Hey, there you are, bud.
No.
Roberto, we still can't hear you, my friend. I heard him a few minutes ago.
We're going to go to Jonathan. Jonathan?
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here. I'm an illustrator by trade. I do it full time. I recently worked, some of the work that Jose mentioned featured here is my anime work for the mechanized versions of the Marvel characters that I was given. And I've got to say, it's an honor to be a part of this and some amazing artists here in this chat, and just grateful to all the fans. I've been a Marvel fan since I was a kid and drawing ever since, and just got lucky enough that I've worked for it. There's the thank you. Yeah, that's the Captain America mech. That's the one that started it all. I can tell stories about that later. But yeah, I ended up working in commercial art and as in multiple fields, but mostly as illustration. And I've dabbled in all sorts of fields, and came back to Marvel from a meeting at San Diego Comic-Con. So grateful to be here. Thanks.
We're gonna have on the Cap Meg shortly. We can hear for now. Thank you, John, for joining.
Thank you.
Okay, now can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, technical problems a little bit.
No problem.
Hello guys. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm really honored to be here. My name is Roberto Flores. I'm an artist too. Basically comic book artist. I started out around 1992, a long time ago. 1993, right after the death of Superman, and I've done tons of work from Marvel, DC, Image, Crusade Comics, Dark Horse, you name it, and that happened for 11 years ago, and then I switched to my other passion, which is animation. So around 2002, 2003, just a couple of years after we did this interesting Marvel collection, I switched and I built up my own animation company in Mexico, and of course doing animation in Mexico mostly for advertising and also freelance work for from Disney to pretty much every company, Cartoon Network and stuff like that. And yeah, since then I've been going back and forth doing comic book work, mostly with DC Comics, and not only as myself, Roberto Flores, but also as my studio name, which is Meghan Studio. And yeah, that's pretty much. And I would love to be here, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Megan?
Sorry about that. I had some technical issues.
We're here now.
Of the furry kind, of course.
No. I was sitting, apparently my Wi-Fi connection just did not want to work in my studio. Of course. So
We hear you loud and clear. Thanks for joining.
good. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about, Megan, like kind of a little bit about your background, tiny bit, before we move into like the artwork?
Sure. So I started off, God, ages ago now, doing sketch cards. I don't know if you guys have heard of these things, but I started doing those, and then just kind of went into comic books. So started doing comic books, and then just kind of it all just goes full circle with that. So I don't have any, massive prestige. I did not start an animation company. I collect dogs and cars. So
I'm so glad you said that, Megan, because at the expo there's all kinds of art represented. One thing that we've been educating fans of the comics as they come along, we have a gallery of sketch cards, and we.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you with that.
We say a lot of times comic creators, of course, did sketch cards. The first sketch cards were done by comic artists. But I said, but there are also comic artists that got their start in sketch cards, right? Because the work on the sketch cards was so notable, and the collectors loved it so much that they got the attention of the comic book execs, and they were like, hey, have you thought of doing comic books? And you moved into, they moved into that area in the interiors or covers or both. And the comic collectors that love the art, like your art, they don't realize that the true, the early Meghan Hetrick work was in sketch cards, which we absolutely love and actually are very hard to find and valuable. So, it's very cool. It's very cool. So thanks for joining.
Of course. The funny bit is that I started working on sketch cards. I didn't get my start in comics from being doing sketch cards. No, it's totally fine, because I know a number of people that have. I got my start in comics for being an absolute ass on Twitter.
Wow, that's quite the story.
And I drew that infamous boob tutorial, for lack of better terms. So that's how I got started drawing comic books. I don't think anybody is going to follow in those footsteps.
I fully understand that story. We'll have to dive into that later.
It's a good one. It's actually a good one, and it's safe for work.
Yes.
Davide?
Hi guys, thank you so much for the invitation. As you can hear, I'm Italian, so I don't speak very well English, but I can try to say something about me. I'm a comics author, mostly bande dessinée, comics, French comics. So I'm not usually do works for Marvel or superheroes or any cards. So this was my first time, and I enjoy it, and I also discovered it because it was my first time to working on some Marvel stuff, and also to work with traditional art painting, because it's a little bit a new way that I used to work. So it was beautiful for me to work on that, and it's also it's a new stuff. So I am full of energy because I want to do now more and more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
So.
And David, I want to say your name well. So if I don't, I sincerely apologize. but
Sorry,
It's Davide, correct?
Davide. Yeah, it's correct.
all right.
So we're gonna start. Now we're at Davide. We're gonna move into each of the
Yeah.
pieces. For those other Roberto, Jonathan, Meghan, this is this and two other. This piece is Davide's inaugural, we'll call it, rookie card into the Marvel card
Yeah.
artworks. It's a Ghost Spider piece in the just released Ultra Midnight Sunset. And I'm gonna give the viewers a close up here.
Wow, nice.
Beautiful.
So I'm having a hard time understanding how this is your first time.
What's this first?
Yeah, it's one of the first pieces that I have done on my life, and in traditional too painting. But it's happened 1 year and a half ago, and now I'm doing more. I'm doing a book. I'm fully book now, but a French book, of course.
So for each of the four of you, I wanna be very transparent with the message I want to get to the fans and to the people who make decisions on who to approach for art. The fans have gone absolutely nuts with this art. I mean, it's an absolute beautiful piece. Kudos
Thank
to
you.
the Upper Deck art direction team for approaching Mr. Tosello and to ask him to do card art. We're over the moon. Like, this is amazing. I mean, this piece evokes so much emotion when you see it in person. He has captured so well, like a lot of touches that said like the Spider-Verse motion in a single image, and it's
Yeah, so Spider-Gwen has an attitude, but she's really elegant. She's hard, but she's portrayed like there's a softness still to her. There's so much of that so well in this painting. It's just unbelievable. And for you to tell that story so well in your first attempt to draw Marvel, to me, is just, I'm like mind blown.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the art.
Oh, thank you.
So
This is
then-
what I try to do when I create something on my books on the art too. It's creating. Yeah, I love the action and something like that, but to create emotion. This is the main focus for that I want to look. Yeah.
Well, you did it. Good job.
Yeah, it's amazing. Everybody here
Thank
is,
you.
we love the card and we love this piece. So thank you so much for bringing that to us. Yeah. So the other pieces that I wanted to highlight, are some of them, again, this one, like the others, I'll show you, are favorite from my collection. So this is a piece from Meghan. This is from the Fleer Ultra X-Men 2018 set. Another collector was kind enough to make this available to me, and I acquired it from him. And it's the Lady Deathstrike, and my wife and I poured over how to frame it appropriately, and we came up with this like you're looking at it through like a window style. I'll let the viewers at home take a closer look at that.
Awesome.
Meghan, can you say some things about this piece?
It's probably my favorite one I did in that set. So there's that one, and there's an Onslaught that's floating around too. But I really enjoyed the Lady Deathstrike. I had come back from Japan not too long before I did that, and just kind of wanted to capture it a little bit. And I had a heck of a time because I did it in gouache. I did the entire set in gouache, which is a pain in the ass if you've ever used it.
Actually, another artist that was stopped in front of it. I said, "Oh, do you like it?" And he's like, "I'm so impressed what she's done with gouache. I'm like, this is amazing." He said, he's making me want to step up my game. It's really impressive what she did. So,
did you get to go through and do the black light trick to it yet?
No, I have not. To make the future close. The I guess what do you call it? The electronics matrix.
The sleeves should glow. The tree behind her, like the lights should glow. The sleeves should glow, and her little tattoo things should glow.
Wow!
Cadmium.
It's a gorgeous piece, and you know, my message to those at home is like seek out those cards if you want to see it. And Megan, you do. I mean, we'd love to see the powers that be ask you to do another set, right? Like 2018 was the last time that we've seen card artwork from you. It's been a while,
Mhm.
and any chance that we could do something else coming up, man, we would be over the moon.
There's the one set that's already been announced, and I'm not sure what the name under it is. What is it? The Flarium set?
Oh yes, the flip
Yeah,
has
so
been
they
announced.
started showing that. And then there's a secret
On that
other
set?
set. What's that?
So we did announce you on that set as a card.
Yes.
One of the
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
great.
So
On after the live stream, please.
yeah, we won't discuss the last one, but there's another one.
Well, kudos to Upper Deck, and again, for the Marvel, you know, executives out there. I have several friends that were like, "Oh, is Meghan Hetrick going to be on?" And yeah, she's like, "We love her covers. We love her Marvel covers. She does beautiful work. You know, she represents women artists very well, and you know, we hope to see more work from her in the future. So, if anybody's making those decisions is listening, we want to see more Meghan Hetrick art."
Thank you, guys.
So the next piece I want to show is so Jonathan, we brought, of course, the Captain America mech. So I'll describe this. So when I was lucky to get this piece from Jonathan, you know, Jonathan did traditionally only the pencils and inks for this piece. He did the whole set pencils and inks, and he digitally colored it. And then he said, "Hey Jose, would you like me to finish it in color, like finish painting it?" And I said, "Oh man, that is a wonderful gesture. But I can't not ruin, but like erase or cover up the original beautiful line work that you did. It would, you know, we'd never be able to appreciate it again." So then we really brainstormed what we could do. We came up with, we think, is a quasi novel technique. So there's 2 acetate overlays, and Jonathan did gray tones on the first, and then he did the colors on the second. And what you're seeing here is all 3 layers on top of each other. Let's see if you can get
A lot of glossiness there.
Yeah, Jonathan, thought this.
Cool.
I see it now. That I say it. Wow, I didn't notice it at first. It's still incredibly.
Thanks.
You want to tell us more about the piece, Jonathan?
Yeah, Jose, thanks for your willingness to, you know, entertain me with that approach, because it turned out well. It's you know, similar actually. Roberto probably relates to this, and everybody else, that, you know, to kind of the cell anime or animation aspect of coloring work. This is a little bit different, of course, but I'm proud of how it turned out. And of course, the cards were done because of deadline pressure. I inked, and also, frankly, because of the nature of the pieces. So these pieces were done to mimic the mech style in anime, and digital work seemed to kind of meld better. I was able to get more flare effects and cool effects that I wanted. So I started the pieces inked, and because I wanted to have some sort of original as I could. And also because of deadline pressure, I was just able to fold it right into my process in digital art. And I used Procreate and also Photoshop. I've worked on a massive, I'm actually looking at you right now on a giant Cintiq screen that I use for a lot of my work. The more professional commercial work, I should say. And when I do more illustrated paintings, I actually use gouache, which, yeah, it's no kidding, Megan. But I love it. I'm learning the process. And these pieces actually kind of have an ironic story. So that Captain America was literally my very, very first piece to show to an art director at Upper Deck. And that just happened to happen over a series of conversations at Comic-Con. So I was with a film actually that I worked on, and it was screening at Comic-Con, got a pro badge, was able to talk to some folks, and through the portfolio process as a start. So if you're going to Comic-Con, go to the portfolio process. It's awesome. And then also some other chats later. And the art director, I said, well, what can I do just to help you out? I'm just curious. Do you have any problems you need to solve? Because, you know, I'm a nobody in the sense of I haven't done Marvel covers, like, you know, so many here. And you know, I'm not new to the game, but very big fan, and I would love to do something for you. And she said, well, I'm trying to figure out if there's an option to do this kind of thing with amalgamation of Marvel characters, and think, you know, mechs, anime mech, Transformers, that kind of thing. And so if you have a curiosity, send me something. Okay. So I went back to drawing board, literally. And on our way, literally after that con, we had a kind of a meeting with Sony, actually, Sony Studios. And I was sketching on my iPad some of these ideas. And because I'm a big Captain America fan, it's, you know, just it happened. Actually, there's a Alex Ross signed piece right up there. I just went with Captain America, Optimus Prime, Optimus America, whatever. It just hit me in my head, and I thought, okay, I'll just try this. Sent it to her. She loved it, and off we went. So then the other pieces developed out of that. So to you artists that are present here, if you haven't, you know, there's a way to approach an art director for, you know, if you need to solve a problem, essentially. But these pieces were a lot of fun. I mean, just a blast. And for me, a childhood dream to work on Marvel characters and official Marvel characters in this capacity. I've had a lot of hit and misses over my lifetime of working in Marvel Comics and other big two and all that. But I just ended up pursuing the commercial ventures more, the big company stuff. And I'm so glad that I was able to do this. It's a dream come true. And the other characters I'm proud of as well. And for those of you that can see the cards, you know, I'm proud of how they turned out. They're digital, and I have a massive fan of original art, and of course the group here. And I mean, you were mentioning there's Vallejo pieces, Frazetta pieces. I mean, wow, just amazing to even be in the room with those pieces. So yeah, I just thank you for this opportunity, and thank you, Jose. Yes, it's a lot of fun to do that work and to try something crazy and different. And by the way, that's Copic markers on the acetate, and just kind of a different approach. It took some time and effort. Yeah.
It came out great. I mean this sincerely. It came out really, really, really well. And the inks are still down there. You know, once in a while, peek and take a little look, and then kind of enjoy them. You know,
awesome.
Like a dream, where I can swing the door open and like still look at the inks. But it looks fantastic. Thank you. And the fans love it.
Thank you.
So the next piece we're going to show is a little bit of an older piece. This is it's penciled by Roberto and inked by Phyllis Novin. It's from the 2001 Marvel Legends set. So, you know, the trading cards are so nostalgic for the fans. 2001 was still, you know, it's not the 90s per se, but it's like pretty much 90s adjacent, close enough that it, you know, we remember it fondly. And Roberto actually, you know, worked on this set both on the original art for the cards that were mass produced, hundreds of thousands of copies all over the world, and he also did the sketch cards for the set. So a lot of fans, including myself, first discovered his work through the sketch cards that were put in the pack that are beautiful. And that's because at the time when Roberto was working on comics, that was a set where all the sketch artists were comic artists, which was pretty cool. And so Roberto and I got in contact, and he allowed me to acquire this gorgeous Deadpool, which is I'm just like over the moon with. What do you want to talk? No, I'm sorry, Daredevil. Sorry, Daredevil.
Well, that was a long time ago, and I wish by the time that I was working those sets, I mean, I look at my partners here at the panel. I look at their work, and it's all color and everything, and I wish I could have done something like that in the time, but there was just no time. Pretty much in the late 90s, work was produced really fast. Like I had to draw a book a month, so I would only have the chance to do pencils and somebody else with ink over them, and there was another colorist that would do the color. And that I can't remember now, but by the time, I'm not that old, but by the time that we were doing those sets and all the comic book work that I was doing, it was already digital colored. So, but not many years before that, you know, the coloring was doing like literally on Xeroxes on the ink work, and the colorists would go with I think it was watercolors and stuff like that, and they would have to put on, you know, all the Pantone coats and every color and stuff like that. I actually have a couple of original artwork from colorists that time, and it looks really funny on how things work in the past. So, but pretty much the work that we were, not only myself, but many artists, we would only produce color work, no, line work, pencils, and if you had a chance to pencil and ink too. So sometimes that was a kind of workflow that in the old days. And yeah, when I was invited by, I think Tops is the company that produced that set. And by the way, Jeff Zapata, who was my editor at the time, if he's looking at it, I just want to say hello and miss you, man. I haven't talked to you in a long time. So yeah, those guys, the guys at Tops invited me to do several pieces in that set, and I was lucky enough to draw the original artwork on Spider-Man, which turned out to be the you know, the primary image to do all the commercial and advertising and publicity for that set. So I got lucky then, and I think I did like, I can't remember well, but like from 20 to 25 pieces on that set, and got a chance to work on really cool characters there. I got the chance to work on Spider-Man and Daredevil mostly, and like I was telling you guys, I had to do like tons and tons of sketch cards, which was it was my very first time doing the sketch cards. Actually, the sketch cards thing, if I'm right, started out with that set. I don't know if there's any company had done previous things with sketch cards.
There were a few that had done some before, but not a lot. They were
very early in sketch cards.
It was the very first time for me doing a sketch card. So, and I had to do, I think I was asked to do over 2,500 sketch cards only in a month. And also I had to do the cards. And I was also working on the book, whatever it was that I was working on that time. So I was very busy doing sketch cards. I would turn out, and I was just doing profiles.
Yeah.
All I did on those sketch cards was Daredevil profiles, and quick and rough sketch, and with and ink, because I had to draw like around 60 or 80 sketch cards, finish them off, whatever page I was working on the book at that time, and then producing the set of cards like right there. So it was a very crazy time. But I remember it dearly.
You could have seen the look on your fellow artist's face when you said how many sketch cards you had to do, which actually doesn't sound incorrect. Like Roberto did a lot of sketch cards on the set. It's funny, you see like these super detailed Daredevils, and then you slowly see like eventually he just gets to like, yeah, I gotta get these done, and he does these side profiles, which they're good, but definitely
No, it was crazy, and my deadline was I think it was like 4 weeks or something like that, and I was working on tons of stuff. After doing that, I decided to leave the industry.
Wonder why? Yeah, I wonder why.
That is too much.
It was crazy. And nowadays, pretty much I work digital. If I am asked to do some original piece of artwork, I could do pencils and inks, but coloring I would go and do it digital, because I have to say, and have to be honest, that I'm a much better artist with what I'm doing color than in real life, because I had almost no chance to learn how to use a brush and how the color works and stuff like that. So yeah, but with Procreate and Photoshop, I can do really cool things. But it's not original, so
right.
It's not original art. So I don't know. So.
So Roberto, I know that you and your daughter are very busy with work from your studio, but if you get the opportunity by one of the companies, would you be open to doing some trading card art?
definitely. And
Okay.
I could have that. My daughter. That's a blessing. My daughter. Her name is Abriel, and she turned out to be an artist too. And she's following my steps on animation, and she's a tremendous artist, and she works traditionally too. So she had a chance to learn that at school and stuff. But now she's in Canada. I just came back last week from leaving her, and she's finishing her last 2-year term in Calgary and pursuing a career in animation. But yeah, I think we could figure out a way to work together.
I'm going to ask this next question from all the artists, but I'll start with you, Roberto, since we're talking to you now. If they said, hey, pick 3 characters you could draw Marvel trading cards for, 3 characters.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. I'm going to ask everybody, but I'll start with you. Like, if somebody approached you and said, hey, we're doing a new card set, it's Marvel, you get to pick the 3 character cards that you.
I would definitely ask for some Spidey work again, and probably some Hulk, and some Deadpool stuff. And by the chance, I never got to work on I work in comics. I work on many Marvel characters, but there is a couple that I didn't have the chance to do anything ever, and that's Deadpool, and I didn't do as much Hulk as I would have loved to. So
You gotta get out of the system.
yeah.
How about you, Megan? If they came and said, okay, Megan, let's get back on the horse. Do give us 3 character cards. Give us 3 cards. Who would you pick?
Okay, so personal favorite would be Archangel, because I'm an X-Men junkie. That's my bread and butter is X-Men. So Archangel, because I love doing the wings, like the wings, getting all the metal reflections. I love it.
I love it.
And then Psylocke is just my favorite. Like, showing my age, the 90s Psylocke is my favorite. I'm not a big fan of the new whatever going on, but the 90s Psylocke is my favorite. And the third is a toss-up. So the third can either be Phoenix, Storm. I mean,
A Storm would be amazing. Phoenix is great, but a Storm would be real sweet.
I do love drawing Storm. I did a gouache painting for Motor City Comic Con a couple years ago. I don't know where that thing ended up, but if I could get my hands back on it, I should have kept that one. Like, everybody has that piece that they let go and they're just like, God damn it, I should have kept that. But also Doctor Strange. I freaking love drawing Doctor Strange. So like it's a toss up between those ones.
But you gave 5, so now we have to let you do 5.
I wouldn't say no. Like, I do have fun on them. So it's just, I wouldn't say no. So
Awesome. How about you, Jonathan? If you could do 3 characters now, if they approached you and said, we need 3, who would you pick?
Oh man, that is so hard. Can I say all of them and get to do all of them?
no, because you'll get all of them.
Right. Darn. What was that?
You want to do the Marvel masterpieces? Just give me the whole Marvel masterpiece.
Yes, absolutely. I guess I have to say Captain America because I'm a silly nerd fan since childhood. Actually, the first character I really started reading was the Frank Miller Daredevil. So I would probably say that would be close to my heart too. Love Fantastic Four and any of the characters there. All the ones that everybody's mentioned so far. Megan, yeah, right on with a lot of the characters that you mentioned. I would love to do some ladies. Everything is fair game for me. Hulk, as Roberto mentioned, that would be a total blast to work on. Frankly, yeah, I'm hopeful that more will come my way someday. I'm just honored that I even get to do it, and I've been blessed. I do have another couple sets that will be announced here soon. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. And it's an absolute blast. I can't say anything, of course, yet. You know how it works, but very, very blessed that I got to work on those. Very grateful to Upper Deck and very grateful. And yeah, I mean, as as we all are. We're just childhood nerds. I mean, you just stick any Marvel character in front of me and say draw it. I mean, I'm in heaven. So,
Davide, 3 characters
Well,
that you love to 3 Marvel characters that do trading card art for 3 characters. Your choice. Who do you choose?
I love Spider World. so everything is connecting to Spider-Man. It's what I prefer, love. And maybe, sorry, because I don't know if you hear me, because maybe.
Oh, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay, you're correct. And as I told you, it was my first approach. So I'm not really a really big fan of or Marvel stuff, but I started to discover it, painting that. So I love it, love it, love it, because maybe I can find in the superhero not just the superhero side, but also the human side of the superhero is the most part that interests to me.
You
So
know, Davide, when I'm looking at some of your novel work that you
yeah,
do, like
yeah,
I know it's a lot of characters like close to the ocean, a lot of beautiful
yeah.
ocean water, beautiful females. I feel like the name Maritas. Like I think there's a character called Wave. I think there's some alignment there that you could really bring those characters to new life. So that was just my thoughts on like wow, you know, Davide would do a wonderful job with these characters. I've already seen you do similar looking ones if you're
Wow, thank you, thank
yeah.
you.
So just as the last question, Devin, I'll go with you first. So for fans at home that cannot wait for the new card sets that you've shared that are going to come out, how can they follow you? How can they support your work? You know, anything doesn't have to be card related. Please tell us where they can find you to figure out what you're working on. Davide?
Well, I hope to understand the question because the audio
Yeah.
is coming sometimes. So, but the people can follow me by Instagram, of course, and they can buy my comics, but they are in French version. So I don't know. I don't know if just the last one called Sophia. It was released for a big edition, a big edition in France. It's called Sophia, but it's also translated in English, but just in digital copies, only
Okay.
in digital copies. So maybe,
Sophia
but
with an F or a PH? With an F or a PH? Sophia with an F,
so,
right?
yeah, this
Beautiful.
oh, beautiful.
Wow.
I've been to I've seen the interiors for this. I checked it out, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
yeah,
Worth getting a copy.
I have to
yeah,
agree.
and this one is everything done by digital painting and not the traditional one because as I told you, I bought in a tradition with a digital painting. I never have done schools or something like that, so I started to paint by digital. But now I'm doing a step back. Now I'm painting with papers and colors and acrylic pencils and something like that. And I started to love it. And I also working on a new book. Let me show you. Like this one.
Wow.
These are just some paintings like this one or this one.
Wow,
Wow.
that's lovely. That's beautiful.
It's of course it's bande dessinée en français, in French. And I'm working. Of course, I am an author because the story is written by me. It's not
Wow.
just colored, but it's also self promotion, and just that. And this book
Do you have
will
a
be
title?
released next year.
What is the title, Davide?
We still don't know. We still
No problem.
don't know. We are looking. No, 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 not because I don't want to say, but we are just looking the title. We are fighting, me and my editor, for looking
It's an important
the good title.
decision. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Awesome. Roberto, if the fans want to follow you, do you have any social media presence? Is there anything you want us to like to check out? Maybe some of your work that you do for your customers.
Um, that's a hard one. I'm not I don't like Facebook. I don't like Twitter. I don't like Instagram. I don't. The way that people reach at me is by writing me to my email, and I have
Okay.
the personal and work. So I can of course give you
What
that.
about your daughter? Is your daughter social media?
Yes. Hold on a second. My daughter, she has
Yeah.
social media. She's got Instagram. I'm actually, she opened me up an Instagram account a long time ago, and actually I'm
Justin
looking.
will follow up in the description with both your and your daughter's social media handles. So for anybody watching the video, come back later, check out the description of the video. Justin will update it with the handles to follow and or his daughter. So definitely check back on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And Jonathan,
definitely. But right now, I'm working on, have tons of work in my company, which goes from storyboarding and animatics and of course 2 and 3D animation. A couple of years ago, I was invited. Actually, that now I told you about a little less than 2 years ago. My editor at DC, Ben Abernathy, he was inviting me to work on Batman, on the Batman books, and we tried it out. I could only manage to do 6 pages that I can show them to you later. But working in comics again and running my own company takes a lot of time because I have to sit down and produce the work and also supervise what my people are doing and stuff like that. So it consumes 85% of my time, and I ended up burning up really hard on those Batman pages, which I really love how they turned out. And but I said that was it. I'm working right now really hard on getting some more spare time now. My other daughter, she's working with me, and she's leaving me some more open space. So because they are saying me, and not only my daughters, but also a lot of friends and stuff like that. Hey, you should take commissions, and you do, because I love working. I love my drawing is my passion, and I've been so away from it for so many years that I would really love to go back and sit down and do some more stuff. But by the time I only do covers, 1 or 2. I just want to see how I want to show you the last stuff that I did. Oh, there you go. This is my Instagram right here, and this is the only piece that it's there. It's a cover of the Superboy and Robin, and but yeah, that's the only thing. And so I do this kind of work every now and then, but I want to come back. So probably an interesting offer would be like if I want to do like you said, 2 or 3 pieces of to get me going. I would love to. But anyway, I'm gonna. My Instagram is, you can look for it. It's, now that I can see it, it's Candor, like the bottle city of Candor with a double O, Candor 96, as you can see right here. I don't know if it's now.
thank you so much.
I'll send you WhatsApp, and by WhatsApp you can find me in WhatsApp anytime you want.
Jonathan, to wrap it up, what should we look out for? How can we see more of your artwork while we wait for the new set, and how can we follow you on social media?
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, well, my handle is there on the screen at JK Arts. That's kind of where I'm at everywhere. JKArts.com and it's simply because my name is impossible to spell, the first one and the last one. So I had to go with JK, and that's my nickname with everybody anyway. And so, yeah, I unfortunately right now I'm a little busy. I totally relate to Roberto, running a company, doing all the things. Very blessed. I'm so busy with work. I'm actually working on 3 comic book projects right now for clients, and unfortunately NDA stuff, can't divulge everything yet, but very grateful for that work too. And it's not for the big two, it's indie stuff, but it's cool. And just hopefully I'll be hitting the internets really soon with more social media stuff. I've kind of backed off. I've been extremely busy with just personal front too, nothing serious. My mom's getting older, helping her. I'm an only child, helping her. And I'm also renovating a house, and not this one, a different one. And it's a little out of control, but once we get moved, my family gets moved, I'll be big time into social media again. But anyone that hits me up, just Instagram, Twitter, whatever we call it now, X maybe, and all the others, even on Facebook, I'm JK Arts. So thank you, and I'll be more to come, promise, including from Upper Deck and everything else. So thank you to everyone who's supported me, and thank you, Jose, again for everything, and great to meet you guys. Thank you, honored to be here with everybody. You guys are fantastic artists. Grateful.
And Megan, I almost forgot you, Megan, but please tell us how we can
I'm sorry, you broke up there for a second. What's that? Please tell
us like how we can follow more of your artwork in the meantime while we wait for the project to hit. Anything that you want to know.
So you can find me on Twitter/X, which still sounds so wrong to me. I still have Facebook. Let's see what else. Instagram, obviously. I have a Blue Sky that I never update. I do have, let's see, a Patreon, which I nuked because they won't remove the over 18 flag on me. And then I also have a coffee thing, whatever it is. So I have quite a bit of spots, but everybody always misspells my name. It's Meghan with an H. Thanks, Mom. But other than that, that's pretty much the only thing. You can just toss my name in there, whichever, if it shows up for the viewers, just toss my name into Google, and there's only one of me, thank God. But but no,
we're lucky to have the one.
I don't know what the world would do if there were 2 of me. I'm enough.
How they only brought boobs? I mean, I don't understand.
I will have that on my headstone when I die. It follows me everywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no upcoming projects at the moment, which is kind of terrifying, but it's nature of the business. That's comics.
If you're watching and you have something that you might want Megan to work with, please reach out. I mean, look at the descriptions. Her contact is there. We'd love to see more of her work and support it. So
thank you. And again, as everybody else has echoed, thank you for setting this up. Thank you. It's an honor. With puppies.
I want to say thank you for coming on the Mighty Hit channel. We are live at OAX Original Art Expo. I tell you, if you're a fan of original art, comic, but specifically Marvel card art, this is going to be the place to be, I think, moving forward. It's been really incredible. Huge thank you to the creators. Without the creators, we don't have the thing that we enjoy, and we get to rally around, build a community around. So really appreciate each one of you. Please keep creating. That's really important. To the Spidey Hits fans that are watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing it. Make sure you do follow these artists. If you're attracted to their art, which I know you are, please reach out to them and stay connected to them. I know they would appreciate that. Everybody, thank you. Always. Hope you have a marvelous day.
Thank you. Bye.
Gracias. Thank you.
Ciao.